Hey!
Hello. How
Oh,
are you?
what's going on? We're matching.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. You got the gold and the green?
We're literally you're wearing the men's version and I'm wearing the girl.
Yeah.
This is the money outfit, babe.
It's the universe.
This is the universe.
Perfect timing, right?
Even the exact shade is the same, right?
Yep.
We don't do brights.
We don't do brights, but our mind and our souls are bright, you know?
Our gold shines so bright that it would be too much
Yeah,
for flashy colors.
yeah. How you doing? How are you feeling?
I am so good. I love your vibe, by the way. Thank you so much for having me. Everything's groovy. I'm in Florida right now, taking a
Oh,
trip from the Hamptons. Uh,
okay.
I DJ'd a bunch of events over 4th of July and then literally got the flu. Like, did you know that there's still a flu? Like, I forgot.
Yeah, where did that come about?
COVID test after COVID test. I'm like, is this COVID though? Not COVID.
Yeah.
And I was only down for like 3 days, but it was just still like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Your body was probably telling you need to take a break.
My body was like, leave the Hamptons.
Reset.
Okay.
Yes.
What about you? How are you? Where are you based?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Nice.
Yeah, so I just been staying out the way, working on work, taking advantage of life and all the things. And I haven't had a IG Live interview in probably like 2 months. So thank you for being here.
Ew.
Yeah, I just been so busy doing other things and it's a lot. But we're here. I'm happy your PR people reached out. Jordan, thank you. But yeah, let's get right into it. You know, to people who do not know Nicole Rose Stillings, you got to explain Stillings to me. I like that last name. She's a DJ, podcaster, Big Queen Energy podcast, right?
Yeah.
I said that right. And mentor. They say you're into mentoring people. So I was actually shocked. However, you also do reality TV. You were on Summer House and what is it? Big Shot with Bethany, right? Is that the show?
Yeah.
Bethany Frankel, is that her last name?
Yes, sir. I can assume that you haven't watched it. So
No, but you know what? I was doing some research on you, and I couldn't find too many things. Like I was trying to figure out your birthday. Like what sign are you? Nothing showed up.
Super like DL about all that, but I'm a Libra. What's your sign?
Oh, no wonder. Lucky Libra. I'm a Pisces.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
I'm not like super into astrology, but I know like a lot about my sign, but I'm not like.
Yeah, Libras are charming, very observant. They like balance and fairness.
Yes.
They got swag, they got style. They're really quiet but loud in a different way, subtle way. Look, here's the thing. My manager is a Libra. My lawyer is a Libra. My accountant is a Libra.
Oh, so we work well together.
Yeah, I get along with Libras. So we are good cahoots.
Maybe you were with the wrong bachelorette.
I know. I was even trying to research her dating history. I'm like, who has she dated? Who is she dating? And she's in a relationship?
Oh, that's
I couldn't find anything.
I'm so unwrapped with that. It's so funny. It was actually a sticking point. I broke up with somebody right before the pandemic. You know, everybody loses or like during the beginning of it, everyone was going haywire, right? And your phone background is all photos of you. And this isn't working out. I was like, you're never going to be on my Instagram, boo. You're not going to be my phone background. Like, that can't be a requirement for the real.
Were they clout chasing? Did they want the fame that came with the girl?
No, I think he just, like, thought those things mean something, right? But my phone, by the way, now is my vision board. So
there we go.
And it was a vision board before. It was just, it had, like, my DJ gigs and stuff on. Like, it had more of what I wanted to manifest. He just took it to be like, why isn't this like a picture of us at the beach and like or whatever? And I'm just like, because I'm not that girl. Like, I'm not cheesy. I'm not gonna post my boyfriend until there's a ring on my finger. You won't see a man up on my social media page.
Put a ring on it. I'm sorry, fellas. You hear it from the queen. Big queen energy. Put a ring on it, or you do not get to have it or enjoy it or endure it. That's amazing. So let's talk about your upbringing. I did a little research, and I was aware that you were raised by two brain surgeons, mom and dad, or
brain
doctors.
Yeah.
how was that experience growing up? And what did you learn the most about your mom and your dad being in the position and profession they were in?
Well, I mean, like, needless to say, it kind of, did a number on my own head.
Yeah.
Everyone's analyzing everybody from every angle. Like, sitting down at our dinner table was like a firing squad of questions and suggestions for you to like improve your life. It was, but I think it's a lot of it is, it's funny because it's a lot of the stuff that I use in daily life, right? So my mom is a neurologist, so she's more of like the body, right? Because that is really like the makeup of the brain, right? But then my father was a forensic psychiatrist, so that was really like, how do people think, like making profiles on people, criminals, like
Wow. Steep.
yeah. And so he was more like the thinker behind it, like how do people's personalities develop, how do their identities shape who they are and the decisions that they make. And that's similar, funny enough, to what we do in the mentorship. So you know what I mean? It all comes full circle, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, with your dad, I would love to have a conversation with him because I'm into human psychology. That's why I study astrology and numerology.
Cool.
So with someone in your position, like you said, the mentorship program you have and develop, being on reality TV and having a podcast, I feel like from what I've read that Djing is a passion of yours, but helping is kind of like if it was college, your minor, right? Like helping people, but you're still passionate about it. I feel like you like to make people feel good, right? And I couldn't find any playlists. I went to Spotify. I'm like, because I wanted to, I didn't find any.
My Instagram handle has, so we have Big Queen Energy, Chill Queen Energy. I have other types of.
Oh, because I was trying to understand your style of music, like what type of music you're into. Because I was like, I don't want to post this on a story and she's not a fan of this artist or she doesn't even listen to this music. However, it was fine. But yeah, so parents, your mom is a neurologist and your dad was, what was his profession, his title?
Same psychiatry, but you
psychiatrist. So
DJ,
as a kid growing up, how did that generate you into becoming a star that you are today? And how did music play in your life growing up and everything else you got, like being on reality TV? Like, where did all that come in for you?
So it's funny. I think the easiest way to like explain me to people who like maybe don't know me, by the way, I love you, Jackie Extreme. You're a queen too. Some of these comments are great. And Jaro, I love you. Love that you're here. He must follow you too because he's big into fitness. So we must have some mutual friends out there in the Insta sphere. But yeah, so I think for me, I was always an entertainer ever since I was like 3 years old. I wanted to just command the energy in the room, create good vibes, compliment people's outfits, style outfits together, sing and dance to TLC and Mariah Carey and Missy Elliott, whatever it was. Like, I just had boundless energy and I wanted to use that to have fun with other people and connect with other people in that process, right? So you're very astute in the way that you just looked at me online, had never had a conversation with me, and literally are like, that person knows my dad. That's amazing. Like, you never knew me, but you're like, you called it out. You're like, DJing is a hobby, right? It's more of a passion of yours, which I do see it as helping, right? Because I'm helping people experience joy. I'm helping them live their best lives. So that has value, but the real value, and that was also what I did I've done that for so many years, right? I'm on like 9 years of that, right? So the real way that I want to help people now is shifted, right? And it's focused more on younger women, millennials and Gen Zs, that I can teach them kind of the tricks of the trade, how to rise to the top in their industry, or especially if they're a performer of some sort, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of mindset stuff. I'm sure you know this because you're big into fitness, right? A lot of it is so mental.
Yeah, it's mental, and that's, over the pandemic, I wrote a transformation book, change your mindset, change your energy, change your life. And now I'm working on developing digital products where I have a coaching program, and I'm giving away like a free guide, a consistency formula, teach people how to be consistent and take advantage of their day-to-day, their goals and their action items, because everybody wants something out of life. But I think some people don't know what to do to get that thing.
Yes.
They just look at people on Instagram and TV and say, well, I want to be that person, but they don't understand what that person does on a day-to-day basis. Our behavior affects our results, right? So you seeing the patterns of your mom and dad growing up subconsciously is, fixated your habit to be a DJ, to be a personality, to have a podcast, right? So with that being said, what is your mindset? What is your intentions for like your brand, your platform, and just yourself in general? Like, what is, Nicole Rose's mindset day to day? How does she, want to bring value in this world?
Yeah, so I think, and so the mindset, right, is such a broad category. So for me, what I really realized, especially, it reaffirmed a lot of the things that I was already thinking about, already working on. Like, there'll probably be a book at some point. I already was creating the mentorship course, which we now teach to. We already have a bunch of girls enrolled, and we'll be rolling out a new group class in October for new people. But
what's the demographics, or what's the age for the women? Is it from like 17 to 28 or 30 or?
Right now, our girls are between 23 and 34. She just turned 34 this week. So, and
okay.
I know that's like not publicly available because I purposely just don't. It's not because I don't have a problem with age, but it's just that my DJ management is very weird about it for whatever reason. It's like modeling. They think I'm gonna like.
I mean, you're fly though. Your age has nothing to do with your look,
Totally. Botox is really everything. Kidding.
You look great though, by the way.
But yeah, so I think, really it's a few different things, but I call it like the mindset of a queen. And it's really all about how do you attract your dreams? It's about being fearless, authentic, and magnetic, because I believe that those are the three tenets of living a rock solid life, right? Of having a rock solid mindset and manifesting whatever it is that you want. So the mindsets that I help people cultivate it's really working through individual problems, but it's so funny because it's like, girls are girls, right? So the girls that I'm attracting, and I'm sure that my problems are not the same as everybody else's problems, not even everybody else's problems that are listening in right now, but the women that I end up bringing on to our program end up having a lot of the same issues, where it's really just that they need clarity. They need someone to hold their hand and help them focus and write their purpose statements and understand exactly what their goals are. And then from the end of that, we build what I called the manifest mindset, which is a tool that you use for 5 minutes every morning, that you read right before or after your meditation when you're in that alpha brainwave state, that helps cement the things that you're trying to work on, right? Because like, you even know this, and you've been working on your mindset probably before people were talking about it because of fitness, right? You have to get to the next level, but everyone can use that to get to their next level, right? So it's not that these girls aren't signing up because they want to be a DJ, but a lot of them might want to be a podcaster, or they want to be a TV host on QVC, or they want to do all different, one of them wants to be a life coach. They all want to do different things, but it's helping them use these same mindset hacks, building that tool, meditating on it daily, so that they can continue to have the confidence and build, reverse some limiting beliefs, etc., so they can get to the next level. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that clearly?
Oh, you're speaking my language. I mean, the paradigm shift, the perspective, the understanding, the knowledge, the information to change the situation. People, Nicole Rose, give her a round of applause. Sign up to her mentorship program, ladies and fellas, if you can, or if it's available.
I just didn't, it's just called Queens of Creation.
But I like it. It has a niche. So you have, an audience that you want to, reach out to. I think it's great. I think we all need some type of mental stimulation that's going to create a better future in life for ourselves.
See,
because
when I wasn't actively thinking about my goals, so at certain points throughout my 20s, I would be really goal oriented. I would be really reading about energy and mindsets and, my money mindset. And I'd be really like in that manifestation process, and I'd be achieving things quickly. And then sometimes life happens. Like, I lost my father. One of the women who's on here now knows that, because she was speaking about.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Crazy. Send me a DM. Let's connect. But so it's like when, we all fall off the wagon. So it's almost just like you need someone to give you the tools to get back on, and to get back on quick. It would take you if you had to go read 20 books. Like, you're not go and do a bunch of workbooks, but you don't know exactly which ones are the right ones to get you where you want to go. So it's better because I can just assess where they're at and where they're trying to go and say, this is what makes sense for you to work on these next 8 weeks, right? Whereas it could take them longer, you know? I mean,
yeah, everybody's different.
Yeah.
And everybody has different trigger points. So, you know, to go back to that, so you said your dad passed away?
Yeah. So about 6 years ago. And like, that was another, like, you know,
Yeah, like how did that shape your reality into who you are today?
Yeah, I mean, that was like also a very, very big part of me wanting to build. I didn't know this was going to be a mentorship, but he was my mentor, right? And everything. He was a women's empowerment advocate. Like it's just like so random, right? Like, I mean, but I grew up with a dad, and my mom, you know, is a doctor and was from a family of immigrants that were literally off the boat from Italy and didn't have a dollar when they got here, you know? So she obviously was really able to bootstrap it and pull herself up in the world. But my father was his mom was like the first alderwoman of Wisconsin. And so his whole family was just very female empowerment focused way before that was a conversation at a dinner table, you know? And so I think for me, I was kind of molded into this very like specific, it's seemingly random, kind of all makes sense now because all those experiences that I had helped build what I think is, I mean, the mentorship is by far the most rewarding work I have ever done in my life. Don't get me wrong. I love to see 1,000 people jumping up and down on the dance floor. I mean, who doesn't, right? I mean, it's just fun. Like that's some good time, you know, like you're living, right? That's like you're in flow, you're living, it's fun. It's like that crowd effervescence, right? There's a good psychology term for you. But I think with the mentorship, it's just using all those experiences, like from rising to the top and kind of my performance arena, manifesting the big shot, because that was a goal I had set to work with Bethany 8 years before it actually.
Oh, wow.
So I haven't even really talked about that. And then, you know, just overcoming things that we're going to have to overcome in life, like the loss of a parent, especially the one who's your best friend, you know, and these are just real things that other people will need tools eventually to deal with as well.
Yeah, I mean, I believe your dad energy is in that mentorship. I believe his spirit, you know, is in that, guiding you through it to help these people evolve and empower. Because what I've discovered on my journey as a man, that the lack of empowerment from men to women is very high, right? Like they're not women, like men, we're not conditioned or programmed or even aware about the importance and the benefit of empowering women. You know, not only our mothers and our sisters and our aunts and friends, but even our partners and the people we live with and we love. And we're told to provide and protect. And it's like, women don't need much from men, but they need something. And sometimes it's the smallest thing that makes a great impact. And it can be your words. It can be your energy. It could be talking to them in a way to let them know that it's going to be all right. And sometimes we don't know how to communicate our own feelings. So we're thinking money is going to solve the problems, but things have changed. Women have their own money and their own businesses, and they are their own leaders, but they want someone that can stand on it too and give them some confidence and empowerment from a different perspective that's more intangible. That's not the flesh. That's not tangible, right?
Like emotional support, right?
Yeah, emotional currency.
Who just understands all the things that we're working on. And it's hard, right? Because it's like, I can't understand everybody else's struggles, right? Because obviously there are certain things about me, who I am and my identity, that are considered privileged, right? Yeah. And so I can't understand all of that, but I can ask, what is it like? Can you talk to me about it? Are you comfortable explaining that to me? And I think that conversation, it's happening between friends, but it also should be happening between romantic partners, right? Yeah. There is a difference. Like, men do have it easier in a lot of ways. I saw a lot of discrimination when I first started DJing like 9 years ago. Women weren't DJing. Everybody thought they were hiring me for a gig, and then we were having drinks and I was going home with them after. It's like the most insulting thing, you know? So, and that continued for a while until I literally was like, I will absolutely not work with any of you people. Like, no, you know what I mean? I'm not treated like this, even though I can say no in the moment. It's that setting those boundaries up front creates a whole different work atmosphere that's more positive and more uplifting and empowering than allowing people to have kind of, you know, to be able to have their idea that they can, you know, manipulate the situation. But I'm sure that happens still in DJing and plenty of other careers that, you know, other women are in, right? You know, Me Too just happened, what was that, 2 years ago? It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And then I think what you spoke on before is being authentic. And a lot of, I can't say, some of us are not authentic beings because we don't know who we are.
Right.
So what happens is we project our fears on other people, or we create these narratives that become reality for us because we don't know who we are. We're afraid to stand on our power and say no, or we think if I don't do this, then I'm never going to have opportunity. That's not true.
Right.
That's a thought and epiphany that you're coming up with based on what's available, right? From perception, the media, from what your friends told you, what that actress or actor went through. It's not true. But when you're confident and you're working on yourself, the hardest work we will do in life is on ourselves.
Yeah.
You're going to attract what you deserve, right? You're going to attract what's like you. And most times coming up for me, I didn't feel worthy, right? But it was all in my mind based on what I experienced. So I created that, took that, and made it my reality where I didn't have to attach to that attachment, you know? But if we don't know, we don't know. So it's so important and vital for all of us to understand, who am I? What do I want? Why am I here? What is my purpose?
And
you know,
Eric, I think I want to hit on a few things that you're saying, really important things. And I want to make sure everybody who's listening, that we just drive it home a little further for them, because this is a lot of value in my opinion. But so what you're saying is that people, you know, what we believe, who we are, what our values are, what our purposes, what our goals are, we might think about that once or twice, maybe once or twice a decade, but we should be thinking about that multiple times a year, at least once a year, because we're evolving. That's what the human nature is. We're always changing and growing. The minute that we stop growing and changing is the minute that we die, right? So
yeah.
You know, it's incredible that we are these humans that are able to continually be learning and up leveling ourselves. And so that's why this is so important, because if you are not setting the direction for your life, the trajectory for your future, someone else is. So who is that? Are you allowing your schedule, your busy social life, or your mom and your dad, what they think, or your friends, what they like? So somebody is setting that tone if you're not building that trajectory. So I think that's what the most important thing is, that I realize in my own experience, from going through a period where I was really diligent about it to going through a period where I wasn't, right, with my dad dying and things, I got a little out of whack and out of flow and whatnot. And then, you know, going back to this period where I'm helping other people kind of stay in that flow and get there and have a process set up so that you don't have to lose touch with your authentic self, right? Because we're always changing. So you do have to do work to always stay connected.
You got to do the work if you want it to work.
Yes.
Like someone told me years ago, young man, you always have to make money as long as you live. So don't let an opportunity going on TV or having a little bit of fame or acknowledgement go to your head, because you got to continue your process of evolvement and development to be the best you can be every day. And I tell myself every day I wake up, how can I add value? Do my people trust me? Do I trust myself? Am I benefiting from the work I'm putting in? If not, I need to do something different. So internal conversation, self-talk, a positive self-talk, a real talk will help you get out of yourself to help others, help themselves, help you, help everyone. And I think that's what you're doing with your mentorship program, your DJing, and being on TV. By the way, Summer House, can we talk about that a bit? How did that come about?
One last thing on what you were saying is that you brought up a really interesting point about like your own personal worthiness, where you were like, but you realized it was just a construct of your mind. It wasn't true. No, and by the way, you're such a lovable human. Like, I love you very much. I already did. Now I love you even more because we're much more connected than DMs, right? But like your worth is very high. But everybody's human. Every human's worth is very, very high, right? Everybody's all energy. So everyone, it has the same worth, to be honest, right? Like, regardless of what they do for a living, if they're homeless or not, like, everybody has the same worth and it's high, right? But so my point with that is that recognizing that those are just figments of our imagination because they feel real. Because we have
Yes.
that, and we're biased to thinking that we're smart, we know everything. We think those thoughts are real. That's what propagates that bad limiting belief or whatever, that I just call them shitty beliefs. That's what propagates it, because it just keeps spiraling, because the more you think the thought, the more real it becomes, because it creates new neural pathways in your brain. The grooves get deeper, and then it's easier for you to access that thought of unworthiness than that thought of confidence. And so that's what my biggest point is that right there, what you did, where you acknowledged where you were having that mind, you needed that mindset adjustment. That's all it takes, is just your simple ability to recognize that you're having an issue with it, pause, take a deep breath, and like write out an affirmation that you can read. Right?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm done mothering everybody. Is everybody bored? I hope not.
We got to do your life path number. You say, so when's your B-day?
10-4-86.
So 10-4, so 1-4 is 5. So you have an attitude number of 5. 1 and 9 is 10. 10 and 8 is 18. 18 and 6 is 24. So 2 and 4 is 6. 6 and 5 is 11. Wow. Life path 11 sounds like a healer. You're the healer. 11 is a master number. I'll give you more information after this live and break it down and help you out. But you have a lot of magnetic power. You're here to heal people. It makes sense. Yeah, that's great. It makes sense. You have it. You have all that going on in your frequency. Yeah, but Summer House. Can we talk about that a bit? Because did that happen? How did you get on that show, and how did it come about? Did you manifest that? Did you have a friend of a friend? Like, where did it all start for you?
Yeah, like,
and then I'm gonna give you a fun fact about Summer House once you tell me everything. Then I got an idea for you too.
Okay. So it wasn't like something that I thought, like, I mean, maybe I did manifest it, right? Okay, actually I did. Here's why. First of all, let me rephrase that. We all manifest everything. Okay.
There we go. There we go.
And the don't know the connection, we have to ask our friends, ask your coach, your own mentor, dig deeper, journal about it, like meditate on it. The answers will come. There's always a connection. We all manifest every single thing.
Every single thing, good and bad. Yep.
So, yes, I did manifest it. I will take credit for that. I do, and the connection just came to me. The reason I manifested that is the Bethany thing was just more clear, right? Because I saw her on Real Housewives in my mid-20s, and I said, wow, she's a non-traditional entrepreneur. I want to be just like her. I don't have any examples of that in my immediate family. I'm going to like use her as my role model, right? So then to go work for her is just wild, right? Like, oh, whoa, okay. Didn't, but it's not like I was applying. They found me. It was just a very weird, easy thing. But with Summer House, I named myself DJ Rose, Nicole Rose. Rose is my middle name, but we added the accent. So now it's the wine, right? So Whispering Angel found me, and they were like, we want to work with you. This was back on their come up. This was years ago. I became their music director. I had done only a few events with them, and they called me in Summer House season 1. They were seasons 1 and 2. I think they were the sponsors, and they called me and they were like, we have this cool opportunity for you. We want you to be on this TV show with us. I didn't know any of the kids. I didn't know them at first. I was just like, all right, my client says they're going to take me out to the Hamptons and pay me to film TV. Okay. My friends wanted to come. My girlfriend picked me up in her convertible, and we just rolled out. I was like, there we go. Boom. Easy. But I mean, I guess in a way I did manifest that, right? Because it was all about the rosé in the beginning season.
Yeah. Rosé. Can I get some rosé, Nicole? Stealings. We want it still, or we want it bubbly? I need some rosé.
Thought about that. That's funny.
Yeah, I mean, Stella Rose, we don't want to do that, but you know what I mean. However, so when did you go on Summer House? What year, what season was that?
Oh my God. So I don't know the year, but maybe like 2017. I mean, I was seasons 1 and 2. I don't think 3.
Would you go back on the show?
Yeah, if they like called me to DJ or something. I don't know if I would like necessarily like sign up to like live in the house all summer, but they're filming now anyway. They must.
So I had somebody, one of the producers from the show, reach out to me.
Oh, cool.
Last summer. Yeah, last summer. And I just was like, nah, I'm fine, But here's the thing. If Nicole Rose goes back on the show, I'll come on the show.
Let's let
anybody watching.
Let's let him. I love that. I mean, honestly, like we would be a duo, like a power duo.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like
Yeah.
like partying and then having like deep heart to hearts and reading people.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It'll have a meaningful impact other than just to go. Like, oh, let's have fun. But no.
That was like they didn't show this in the beginning of The Big Shot. I got on set. CDC guidelines, whatever, and I hadn't seen a human in like 2 weeks, maybe 2.5, maybe 3, and I was like chugging macros day, and I was like talking to everybody, and I was reading everybody's auras. By the way, I do not have formal training in reading auras, so it's very weird.
I can read auras though. Can you read auras? I can see people's auras.
Me too, but it's
like a gift.
Like I didn't know I could like literally do it until I showed up at the show and just started reading people's auras, and people were like, "Who is this? Like, who do they let in here?" You know? And then,
that would be a fun character to kind of have a story about. I would love that.
It's like it's all part of my thing. I love to be underestimated. I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I played up the party girl. And like, but watch me come through. Like I come through and I win.
Come through, baby.
But nobody's looking at me. They're not worried about me. They're focusing on the people they think are the real competition, right? But
yeah,
I'm doing my own thing in the corner, you know.
Wow. So we have to ask the question: how's the dating life? You're not dating anyone?
I'm not dating anyone.
Look at you. You're glowing.
Come
on. You're a boss.
I'm glowing. I'm in the company of beautiful energy. So
hey, there we go. I'll take it. Yeah.
It's not that I won't date. It's just that, you know, I mean, I'll be really honest. I was like starting to see somebody when the TV show started launching, and I was like, yo, first of all, I'm not feeling like marriage. Really, I'm not here to casually date.
Yeah.
Like, so either we're friends or we're getting married and we're having babies. Like,
oh, wow. Ultimatum. I don't play the middle. Steven, yay or nay?
Not an ultimatum, just like it's more like what I read from a person, and like I know after like at least 2, you know, I might get really know in the first 5 minutes, right? So like I think part of it is that I'm picky. Part of it is that I was really just busy. I mean, weren't you overwhelmed when your show launched? I mean, it was just really like
it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, and people say they can handle what comes with that TV appearance, or that they can't. It's different when it's in person, and it's really like you're on the screen and people are trying to either they want to support you or they want to date you, but they don't know how, because they're like, and I'm like, yeah, they're fans or they know me from the show. People have insecurities. We all do. So a guy in a position dating someone like you, if he's not a secure or have a secure attachment, it might hinder his progress in a relationship with someone like you.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to say, yeah, I'm fine, that doesn't bother. Then it happens and you're like, yeah, this is harder than I thought. So yeah, I get it.
Totally. I mean, I think and the other thing too is that I used to think like, okay, I'll date when I'm done with all my travel, right? I'm never going to be done with all my travel. There's always travel, right? There's always another party, okay? And I'm ready, right? So
ready, yeah.
I'm never going to be done with all my travel. I'm never going to be done. I was like, oh, I'll date when I'm done building out this next program, which is like a second piece of the mentorship. And I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. So I signed up for Bumble and I'm going on a date on Thursday, but I have just...
Yeah! Everybody! Bumble. Hey, tell Bumble, listen, they got money. Tell them they need to be paying you to be on their space. So Bumble, if you're watching, you need to pay the girl. But anyway. Yeah, so that's great. Let's date. Everyone go on a fun date and have some fun in the dance and play Nicole Rose music while they're dating and have shots of rosé. So let's talk about your podcast. Like, I understand the term Big Queen energy, but I don't really understand it. Can you like clarify or elaborate on that term and what it's about from your perspective?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
So it's the mindset of a queen, right? So it's kind of what we were talking about before. It's that being fearless, being authentic, being magnetic, being not being afraid to unleash your inner badass, right? Just being
there we go.
Fuck you are, and being unapologetic about it. And I mean, that's used a lot, right? So I'm trying to describe it in other ways, but yeah, Big Queen energies, it's just, women and I mentor a lot of girls that have had this experience, and I don't know what subset of the female population this is, but women that are a little extra, and like I might be double extra, right? By some people's standards. Like I'm a little extra, right? So it's like,
are you Italian?
I'm Italian, yeah.
Oh yeah, you got that energy. I love it. Italians, they're raw, they're real. I don't know. It's just always get along with like guys and gals. Like Italians are just, I don't know. I guess it's just so authentic and real. I love them.
Party too.
They party. They don't bullshit you. Like they're like, yeah, let's go. Like, you know, I love it.
For sure. So I think it's really just about owning all the fullness of who she is. She doesn't have to tone herself down. She doesn't have to hide from this, and that. She can just be a fucking queen and let all that energy hang out, and that's okay. And people will love her or they won't. And if they're set off by her energy, that's only their own insecurities, right? So she is good with who she is. So that's what big queen energy is all about. It's just like helping other women get to that point where they're just like, I'm fucking good with me. I'm good.
Ooh. Damn, say that again.
I'm good with me.
There we go. That's an affirmation, people. I'm good with me. Thyself. I'm great with me.
It is.
I love it.
People are like pulling out their journal. I'm just kidding.
They have to. So look, there's a segment in my podcast where I stop and they call it rapid fire. So I have some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
I am, sir. Let's get it.
Okay. Big Shot or Summer House?
Ooh, probably.
Yeah. Summer House?
It sounds weird, but
it's okay. No.
Summer House is a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun from a pure fun perspective. I learned more on the Big Shot though. Yeah. From that perspective.
Djing or mentorship?
Oh my God, Eric, you are just like, I haven't had enough coffee for these today. In my 20s, it was Djing. In my 30s, it's now mentorship. Is that fair?
I love it. Big money or big success?
Aren't they the same?
No. Because you can have a lot of money and have no success.
Well, the biggest goal is helping people, so I guess it's got to be success. But I'm a firm believer that you have to be fairly compensated, because I've been asked to work for free so many fucking times that it's like, stop asking women to work for free. Stop asking
pay her
to work for free. We can't afford our own bills. Stop.
Pay her. Bumble, pay her.
Creative people, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, this one is tricky, but I'm going to see what you're going to answer. Queen energy, big queen energy, or feminine energy?
But they're the same. But I would take big.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you got to pick one.
Big queen energy is more specific. Feminine energy is very broad. So we're going to go with big queen energy because we just talked about she's good with her, right? Feminine, yeah. I don't know. Is she in an insecure spot right now? We've all been there, but we don't want none of that. We just want the queen.
Yeah. Got it. Last but not least, this is kind of maybe a little tricky as well. Would you like to be known as a influencer or a celebrity?
I mean, it's not like I'm trying to be a celebrity, but I do not like the term influencer. We don't use it on any of our marketing collateral. I think it's probably the most vapid term. I mean, even my influencer friends will tell you, they're like, you're so lucky that you have a skill, right? It's like, not that editing content and producing great reels and stuff isn't a skill. It certainly is, especially now with how intense video has gotten. But like, I would rather be known for skills, I think, than just like influencer is such a bad connotation, right? Even if they're killing the game, it just has a bad connotation.
They say skills pay the bills.
Skills pay the bills. There we go.
But then they say it's not the skill of the man, it's the will of the man. I think I don't know. Maybe it's like I don't know if it's what's the guy who wrote As a Man Thinketh. I don't think it's him, but it's somebody in that whole stratosphere.
Okay, but that actually makes sense because like
because you can have skill all day, but if you don't have the will to keep it going, to advance it, it's like. Or my friend told me a year ago, he said, your talent will take you where your character cannot keep you.
Interesting.
In reverse, your character will take you where your talent can't keep you. So it's best to kind of like have both, right? Like you do.
So it's funny. We're already back to the mindset.
Yeah.
Mindset stuff.
Yeah, mind over matter. We always can do better. So what do you have going on? Do you have any new shows coming out? Is there anything we can look forward to? Do you have like a jewelry line or book, appearance? And by the way, I'm big on frequency and energy, right? And vibration. When I did my research and looked at some of the events you DJ, I'm like, okay, I know she's a DJ, but how is she attracting those type of events? I think you did something for like the governor's ball, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe not that, but like I do a lot of high-end fashion.
Saks Fifth, like something.
Art Basel.
Yeah, Art Basel. There you go. Yeah.
Parties at the Maxim at the Super Bowl, not the main Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But I think
those are big gigs.
Some of it is lifestyle, right? It's how you build your network, who you know. A lot of my clients are in fashion or luxury goods, but if you look at my brands, right, like even just on
you fly. Yeah,
right.
You got a lot of swag.
That's how I was just saying.
You got your nails done. Let's see your nails. Let's see the nails. Hey, there we go.
This is me trying to be patriotic, you know.
Oh, Libra energy coming through. We know what's up. So yeah, anything that you have that's coming out.
It's like you attract the clients that are like you.
Yeah.
Like I spent my life caring about style and art and like what's like cultured stuff. And so then those things kind of find you, you know?
So what's next though? Like it has to be something boiling up or cooking up for you. Like you're just working on the work. You have something in pending or planning, like in life, relationship, everything.
So there is maybe a secret project that I
can't
out, but hopefully can share more when it becomes official. You know, you never like to talk about things too before and you know, in actuality, not that I won't talk to it about like with my mom or something like that, but myself, I talk to myself all the time, you know. But just really the mentorship is my main focus, and rolling our group format out to more women for the fall. It's like astounding to see what this first class results are so far. We're not complete, but we're halfway through, and it seems to be pretty life-changing for people. And I'm so excited to see.
Yeah.
Oh, right. It's just one by one, like that impact that we have on one person's life, on their mindset, then they're nicer to their colleagues and their husband and their kids. And then, you know, one of them goes on to make something that cures cancer. You never know, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Snowball effect.
So is it a qualification process? How do people enroll in your mentorship program? Where's the avenue for that for them?
Yeah, so we have a page on our website up. The apply link will be up next week, but they can DM me. If you're interested, just DM me and I will send you more information. We just have a little short assessment so I can understand, you know, if you're going to spend your time and your money with us, is it a good fit for you too? You know, so where are you at currently? It's really not a fit for someone who has never read a self-development book or done any work on themselves, because I think this would be where the course starts, would be just a little over their head. So I might suggest something, getting them at their level more. It's for people who are just kind of on that path to evolution. They don't need to be there yet, but maybe they've done therapy or something. They've started trajectory already.
Absolutely. And so playlists. Can we get a Nicole Rose playlist? Where should I go? Where can I find it? Like, I need to listen to your music. I need to understand who you really are through your music. Oh, my cousin always say, just ask someone their favorite song. By the way, I want to know yours. And that'll tell you who they really are. And he's a Libra. He's a Libra, so he loves music as well. But I got that from him.
I have like one favorite song because I love all different genres too.
Yeah.
And as a DJ, like it is my job to understand every genre of music, whether it's what I would listen to in my own home or not, right? Yeah. But right now, like I am obsessed with Heat Waves. That's been like kind of my jam for the last month. It'll probably shift in 2 days, right? Because I get like sick of things quickly. But
whose song is that? I'm not aware of the song, so you got to put me on.
Heat Waves in the middle of June. You didn't listen to it all of June?
No.
Who is it by?
I'm a
filming.
and I'm like, oh yeah, bro, I didn't know. Yeah.
Oh, I was like, where's my phone? But we're on it. But everyone,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking. You just put in heat waves. It's
Heat
gonna
wave.
be right up for you. I'm having a brain fart. I got
Yeah.
up at 6 a.m. for my hot yoga class today.
Well, good job. I'm proud. You showed up today.
I showed up, honey.
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate your energy, your intellect, and everything you got going on, helping all the women that want to be helped, and DJing and mentoring and bringing in big queen energy. I know it's not always easy, but you show up, and when you show up, you get results. But that's it for us. If there's anything else you want to share, add, or any motivational tips or inspirations that you can give the people before we get off here. And by the way, where can people find your social handles? I mean, we know your Instagram, but what about Twitter? Maybe on TikTok? I don't know if you use Snapchat. So do you, or, you know, you can just know.
So, I mean, if anybody's listening to the podcast version, Instagram is you type in Nicole Rose, it'll pop up. It's Nicole Rose Stillings. It should be at the top of that list. And then TikTok is the same thing. Twitter is Nicole Rose _XO because my original account got hacked. Don't even get started. But yeah, like I think Instagram we're most active on, but we are getting more TikTok friendly. So we're happy to connect and meet people wherever they want to.
Yeah. And by the way, HBO Max is where we can find you on Big Shot with Bethany, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that out now?
It's out now. All the 7 episodes have aired. You can binge it, and you will be sitting on the edge of your seat. If you like me at all, if you have any ounce of compassion in your heart for me, you will be sitting on the edge of your seat as I go head to head with Bethany on the Bethany Show. So,
as you should. Some people have to be challenged to change or understand your perspective. So, big queen energy. You got to get it or don't, you know? But that's it. Like I said, Nicole, thank you. And hey, to the people from Summer House, you get Nicole on, I'll come on and, you know, we take team and do the damn thing. So I appreciate
it. 2 for 1 special with us.
2 for 1, baby. Take 2 shots and you might get 1.
Thank you so much for having me, Eric. You have such beautiful energy. Let's please stay connected. Would love to meet you sometime.
Yeah, New York. Sure. And I'll send you your life path number once we get off here so you can kind of dig deeper into it and have some questions for yourself. The more we know about us, the more we can evolve as a human being because things that make sense more. But you'll see. We'll talk.
Thank you. I appreciate
it.
All
right. Bye-bye. Good night. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.